Kind of big chill. I want to drink real quick. There's chat. There's everyone. Everyone's here. Open my beverage. We're just big chilling. I can see you guys and actually actively read you. I think that's one thing I hate about playing console games is I feel like I don't read chat well because it's not right there. You know? Man, when that brain gets going in full spiral mode, that makes me happy though. It sucks, you know. That's what the brain does. I just feel like such a failure of an artist. I can't motivate myself to do any fucking work. You know? I think next week might be the last week we do full time, and then I'm just gonna, even though it's not the full month, I'm getting paranoid about just wanting to put art out and build up my portfolio and shit. I gotta just put my nose to the grindstone. Click Clockwood, yeah. RJ's got it. Anyone got anything they want to talk about? Any deep dark secrets you want to ask me? Now's a good time. I'm in the fuck it, I'll talk about whatever mood. Sounds like depression. Yeah. Yeah. Any new tips for a new D&D-er? Player or DM? Assuming player, right? Pandora's box of questions. Yeah, go. It's open. The souls of the questions of the damned are really flowing. Both, but player at the moment. Communication is a big thing. If not during a game, I recommend either talking with your players or like other players or your DM to let them know how you feel, or if something was bumming out, let them know. If something was exciting, let them know. Be forward with what you're expecting out of the campaign, and make sure you acknowledge what the DM is wanting out of the campaign. There's a lot of sometimes frustrations when the player and the DM are wanting something different and it's not made clear what is wanted. Have you ever regretted killing an NPC in game? Hang on, let me start that one in a sec. Try even if like I don't honestly ever use character voices when I play D&D as a player. It's just more about the tone I speak in, kind of thing. I try to make it very clear of okay, I'm talking to the DM or my players out of game, kind of thing, but make it clear, hey, I want to do this. And have fun with it. Just make sure you listen. Make sure you, if it's someone's moment, give them that moment. If someone brings you into the moment, then it's fair game, kind of thing. That's one of the things I always like. That's when I know I find a good group of hey, here's someone's quest line, kind of thing. Even if I'm I tend to be the front man of the party just because I like to be there. But sometimes I like playing a reserved background kind of character, and if there's a storyline based around a character or someone who I know wants to do something specific, kind of thing, I will sit it out. I'll be like, hey, I'm there with you, but I'll follow your lead, kind of thing. And that gives them the opening to do, handle the situation how they want. And I think it's important for you as a DM to understand when a player is doing that, and as a player to respect the other players. Those are just a few immediate tips. I could probably think of better ones if I gave it some more time. So, have you ever regretted killing an NPC in game? So, one of the long campaigns I built was basically hunting down this legendary hero party. It was basically one hero for each class. And I kind of killed off we had battles for them, and they were cool battles, and I was really happy with how they all went. But like I realized as soon as they died, I was like, fuck, I could have had a lot of fun doing things with these guys, and I didn't. I'm gonna gush about my D&D homebrew campaign that I keep trying to run, and it's hard to get it set up in the way, you know, I want it to run, and I learn every time I try. I've tried like 3 times now. But obviously that was the premise of each class was a main boss in the campaign. There were like 12 main bosses, and then obviously a central plot of like what happened to them, why they're all corrupted and shit like that. And each fight was supposed to be like reflective of that class kind of thing. So the barbarians fight was a like deathmatch arena. It was literally in like a gladiator pit with an audience, and you had to fight through waves of enemies with like a little bit of downtime each between, so you could heal or rest, or you didn't have time for a short rest or anything like that, but you could heal or cast buff spells or anything like that. And then it was like a showdown between the barbarians party and your party. The wizard was one of my favorites because it was basically like this manor that kept disappearing. Like it would only show up in moonlight, basically, in this specific grove. And the whole dungeon, there was only like essentially one living thing in it. Everything else was constructs. And so like there was mimics all over the place. There was food golems that were just made of like anything in the kitchen. The rugs and like books and stuff like that were sentient creatures. There was animated armor and all these cool things. And basically they had to like find these 5 gemstones, put them in a door, and then that got to the fight. And the fight was structured around Phantom Ganon from Ocarina of Time, where it would show it was a octagonal room, and there was 8 paintings of this dragonborn, basically, and like all 8 would start doing a thing at a time. And if someone rolled a high investigation check on it, they could point it out to the other party members. And it was basically one that if you attacked that one, the other ones wouldn't cast their spell. If you attacked one of them, so like 7 fake ones, 1 real one. If you dealt damage to any of the fake ones, it would immediately like cancel the spell. If you attacked the main one, it would cancel all the spells and you damaged the baddie. But if you didn't, when that like end of the charge went off, all those spells would go off. And it was kind of around like that until they destroyed each painting. And then he came out weak, and they could finish off the wizard pretty easy and stuff. But it was super fun. There was more to the gimmicks that made it like not as treacherous, kind of thing, but really fun. The sorcerer was an ally. So sorcerer was the only one you don't fight, but he does do like a test trial to initiate you basically into the ranks of like what the previous champions used to be, kind of thing. I think if I ever run it again, I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'd rather just have it be that all the party is corrupted. And maybe one is corrupted, but he's a little more lenient with information, kind of thing. Let's see, that was the barbarian. The ranger was this den of beasts, and basically came down to a mounted ranger on a dragon that you had to fight in this like dark, deep cave that was like exposed. It was basically like a sunken city, and it was just full of beasts and stuff like that. But if they rolled high enough on like perception and stuff, or survival or anything, whatever they looked for, they were being tracked throughout the entire dungeon. So they could have had the boss fight at any time. But if they waited till the end, it was more in favor. It was basically like a dragon lair kind of instance. So like they got all the lair actions if the party didn't discover them in time. The rogues was a jail heist, like a vault kind of thing. Which basically it turned into like you versus the rogue having to find like a specific thing in this dungeon, and the dungeon was kind of more of the fight, but it was on a quote-unquote timer, and if you get to the item first, it gives like you a huge boon, and if he got to it first, it gives him a huge boon, and then you could have a fight, or he could escape, which would be like the worst case scenario. The fighter one was really interesting because he was still like renowned as like the hero of this kingdom. And basically the way they like track him down and find him is there is a kingdom that has gone missing. There's just a crater. And eventually you find a floating castle, and you have to storm the castle, and it's basically all these like like possessed, knights and guards that you fight, and then it's at the end it's basically you versus like like the Knights of the Round kind of thing. Him and his royal knights you would basically fight against. What else? The monks was all a like the monk basically like story-wise knew he was getting corrupted, so he brought himself to like an isolated location and got himself basically put in like a stasis. So his battle kind of became a like mental thing. You basically had to enter like a dreamscape, and it was a you versus your inner demons kind of thing. And once you got through that, you could reach him and have a conversation with him, to where he would give you like a huge amount of insight on what the actual villain of the campaign is, or you could just outright kill him, and his body is basically like being astral projected, so you could just do whatever you want. What else we got? The Druid, it was a massive hedge maze kind of thing. And it was almost like a gauntlet to go through. Like there weren't any fights and stuff like that. It was just like really tough dungeon diving through this maze. Like deal a lot of damage or give you fatigue and stuff like that. And basically at the end of it, you fought like a dryad-esque druid and this like Zelda-esque corrupted plant. What else did we do? What's another class? I'm drawing blanks on classes. Bard. The Bard was basically the equivalent of Wonderland from the Adventure Zone. It was a big board game that was like had an announcer, and it was all like you had to roll a dice and move, and each space constituted a different thing. And basically if you get to the end of it, you find the Bard is like help. It's totally helpless or whatever, like, but he's become like fused to this crystal kind of thing that put him in this like plot shit, but basically anything like he imagined would like constitute into real life. How long was the campaign? It was so good. I haven't there's like 3 times I started it and all of them have ended just because of depression. The first one ended because it was a podcast with extra credits folk, and that was right before everything went down with extra credits, so that's why that one stopped. And one of them was going to be a modified version of the one I ran with Barry and friends. What am I missing? Warlock. Warlock was a cool one because it was like, it was all fucked up. They basically like, their patron basically like sacrificed them to this artifact, and they became kind of like a portal between planes. So it was like this huge elemental battle. It was very far-fetched for like a warlock fight kind of thing, but it was more about the gruesome nature of what the eldritch god that was linked to that warlock did to them. I think that's it. Am I missing? I'm probably missing it. Oh, cleric. Cleric was a oh shit, wait. Cleric and Paladin. I'm trying to remember which one's which. Hey, Shiv. Feywild campaign was one. Ooh. Shoot, I don't remember. I think it was the cleric was basically it was like this deep summoning arena underneath like a catacombs kind of thing, and it was just like a it was a DPS check, so to speak, because it was basically just thousands of enemies climbing up this platform basically to stop you, and there was, you know, like specific undead you had to kill to break this bubble that the cleric was trying to cast a spell in. So if you broke the bubble, then you could attack the cleric kind of thing. But if you didn't, you just got swarmed by undead. And like all the undead that were swarming in the area just had 1 HP. They were like these almost like paper husks because they had the essence drawn out of them kind of thing by the cleric. But obviously you can get swarmed. And fuck, I don't remember what the paladin is. I bet you I can find notes. Hang on. I mean, we haven't done a check in 8 years, but I don't care. Here, you wanna? I'm gonna read some notes out. I'm gonna read some of my D&D notes. These are secret notes, okay? So there's stuff called deep artifacts. Artifacts of legends only studied scholars and those deep in the clergy of their existence know of them or their rumored powers. They were shaped when the gods gave Ilithia was the name of my realm, form and were abandoned and locked away within the world to protect them from man. Any mortal attempting to use these faces death at best. Their power is beyond mortal scope. It is purely like cursed of the cursed artifacts that are too strong. Planar fragments, a looking glass, massive in size, consisting of multiple shards of glass, each viewing different planes of existence, and infinite in scope. So think like when you put two mirrors together, it's a bunch of shards of glass that look like that. They're said to create and maintain the connection of our plane to the rest of existence. The first flame, I wonder where I got that idea from. A smoldering mass of fire created at the core of the planet, sparking life into existence, can create life and destroy it with immense power. The Pale Sapphire, a dense, heavy gem said to contain the water of the ocean, seas, and lakes and rivers. Its blue light shined and shaped the planet's bodies and waters. Ancient seed, giving birth to the plant life and shaping nature as we know it. Fire may have sparked life, but the seed nurtured it. Sculpted stone, said to rest at the core of the planet. It is the body of rock we live upon. It gave birth to the mountain lands that enrich the world. It sounds a lot like the sages from Zelda. The everlasting egg, a clockwork egg capable of altering and changing the flow of time. Legends pass that the egg would hatch at the end of our time, and within it a new world was waiting to be born. These were kind of like the they were almost more legends than they were actual items, kind of thing. I like talking about this shit. This is the stream now, is me talking about my D&D shit that will never see the light of day because I'll probably never run out of fucking thing. Clockwork egg, you say? The stolen legendary artifacts. See if you can guess where some of these are taken from or inspired by. The Throne of Want. A throne made of iron and silver linings can broadcast desires of the person attuned to it. Created by a corrupt king to instill fear into all of his citizens, most recently used by Volin to draw in an audience of fighters. She was not gifted in political intrigue, but having her remove some of the fiercest combatants in the land would help remove any resistance to the hive mind's takeover. Oh shit, we're getting heavy plot. Currently rests in rubble in the northern Redworm Mountains. Zydark's crown, a crown of massive power. It was once in the possession of a lich named Zydark, who would use it to absorb the souls of foes he faced. With each soul, he gained the power to bend matter and shape reality. Once the attuned creature is defeated, the soul are released. While he used the ruby gem in its center will flash and draw in those who have been marked by the crown. It is currently being used by someone specific. Defiler's Spire, a staff of Ogoroth, one of the many demon lords of the Hells. Its purpose is to corrupt and infect. It previously was in the clutches of a hag who used it to take the city of Ravenwire, who was ultimately stopped by the champions. But the corruption had already taken the townsfolk. It is now in the possession of another person who has infected the Evertree. Remember the Druid fight? That's who had it. Gauntlet of the Eye, a mummified stalk of a beholder shaped into a gauntlet-like piece of armor. It grants the wielder the powers of beholder and a natural destruction following their path. Their eye stalk origins are a mystery, but it was once in the possession of a troll king and slain by Luth in the Troll Wars. Currently is in someone's possession. Heart of the Keep, heart of a vampire lord. It is said this vampire's power was immense, and he was king in his own realm and could transport his entire castle wherever he wished. And the heart allows the user to tap into that realm and call forth the castle. Shaper of Minds, an ornate brass key. So simple and small in scale, it's pressed against the head of a sentient creature. It allows the wielder to enter one's mind and control their thoughts and memories. It was used in the past to rid nobles of curses, and possession of evil beings, but in the wrong hands it could easily just corrupt or warp an innocent's mind. That's some Psychonaut shit right there. I didn't even know Psychonauts at the time. Diamond Anchor, used by the ancient order of elves who would freely warp their dwellings between the prime world and the fair world. This is just D&D. Few elven civilizations still exist in Lithia, are rarely ever seen or known. Bow of Chaos. A bow created out of the wood from an ancient evil, a feverishly spreading creation for the beast of chaos. It devoured entire planes of existence before it was snuffed out. This bow was created from a follower of chaos and seeked to spread its power once again. Bed of chaos. Dark Souls. Though the bow may not be able to bring back the ancient beast, the power it contains is something to be feared. Blood Dagger, a dagger created in dark ritual. It feeds off blood and hungers for death. A sentient blade that houses the soul of a demon. It's said to give the user immense power, but does not come without price. And some generic ass dagger. Yay me. Tome of Undying, a tome you've already. They had already actually found this when I wrote this. Holds the power to raise the dead. It has a way to distort the user's mind, and only bringing more undead can their problems be solved. The rate at which it can create undead is far more capable than even a practiced necromancer, and should be kept from the hands of evil. Basically, like, the book gives you, like, an insanely fast and capable rate that you can summon the undead, but all of your anything that ails you or like is a problem, you start to think the only solution is to bring more undead in. So it just is like, it is there to breed undead, basically. It like a necromancer wouldn't use it, a necromancer would put it in the hands of someone else. I love homebrew. So those were just random artifacts. There was just a sheet of random artifacts. I have so much shit here. You guys want to hear about my pantheon? I don't really read my pantheon. I'll read the names of them. Molten Hammer, Rudros. The Guide, Zymira. The Plated Dragon, Titus. Night Mother, Iris. The Dawn Maiden, Ophina. The Evertree, Verena. The Protector, Phaos. The Laughing Mask, Zybris. And the Breaker, Aether. That's my pantheon. No one else has ever done a pantheon like that. I was just so tired of like, hey, I'm gonna use this god that's only in this one book of D&D that was created 20 years ago, and I'm like, okay. So I was like, boom, I just want to make mine. The 9. Definitely not Elder Scrolls. Fallen Gods. The Flame Tyrant, a massive titan, ruled over the fire elemental plane for ages. In a desperate act to gain power, a warring faction pulled the beast in the prime material, in the prime flame, and devastation rippled through the land as the beast raged. It was eventually defeated and contained, but not before leaving a permanent scar on Alithia. Followers of the Flame Tyrant wear deep red robes, use fire-based weapons, dousing their blades in oil, igniting them before a fight. Some believe the Flame Tyrant's core is still on the prime material plane, and their purpose is to free him again. The Order. Followers of the Order seem to operate in an efficient, mysterious manner, as if being guided by a singular voice. It currently has an extremely strong pull on those weak in spirit, and many have been deserting guards and mercenary groups across the land. Their purpose and goal are unknown, but every move in their war seems highly calculated. They're often seen wearing a badge with a circular ring and 2 columns parallel. Broodmother, their Spider Queen. Black Hand, First of the Death. The First of the Dead, a skeletal beast formed of all those who have fallen, formed of all those who follow and have fallen. Necromancers and assassins work in their service, often blessed with undeath and are constantly searching for a pathway beyond death. Father of the Abyss. I stole so much shit from Dark Souls and everything. Father of the Abyss, feared by all. Those who do serve it, do it out of fear, and hope his power will bleed upon them. Consuming hunger within the deepest, darkest pits of existence, followers of his are to be feared, for they usually have nothing to lose. And then the many-headed serpent, we just team up. Being in search of bloodshed, followers are found of his everywhere, and trace of their worship is extremely minimal if they are careful. Those who follow the serpent seek to spread chaos, death, and torture. They act as free spirits lost to the whispers of a mad god. Some of this, like, sounds like it's been written well. Oh, hey, here's the dungeons. Where was the paladin? Oh, fuck. I forgot about the paladins. The paladin one was going to be like the final one you encountered.
Donkey Kong.
These are all on my computer, but most of them started as written down stuff. But yeah, the paladin was supposed to be like found in a town, and everything like seemed totally fine. And everyone in the town was like super chipper and everything like that. But it was like basically no one in the town was actually alive. They were all just being puppeted. And as soon as that guise was broken, that's when like he would unleash his power and fight. Because he was the ultimate puppet. He was the puppet of the puppets. Where's my let's see. Tables. So one of the things I liked is I like super heavy RNG things in D&D that are just like a compliment. They're just like a thing to throw in the side. One of my favorite things I did was I had a gacha game of rings. And it was basically like a carnival fair. And you would do, you know, carnival games, and I would have you roll for it like a normal kind of like check. And if you got high enough, you basically got like a token, and then you could put it in a gacha, and you get a little capsule, and there was usually like a magical ring or something in it. And I have a list of 60 magical rings that I either got an idea for, or someone inspired me, I saw something that I liked, kind of thing. I've talked about this on stream long ago. But like some of them are really fucking stupid. Some of them I think I love so much. I do love rings. Everyone has one in chat. If you're subbed, and if you're not, that's okay. You have a ring to my heart. I'm just gonna read some of them, the ones I like. Ring of Invisibility. The ring turns invisible while you wear it. Ring of Dryness. Shields the user from rain. So it just makes like a little force field around you. Only from rain. Ring of Mithril Armor. Makes your armor look just like Mithril, but provides no actual advantage. Ring of Jerk. Can prank people in a handshake or add a +1 electrical damage to metal weapons. Ring of Tracking. Once you have added tune to it and taken it off, you know its location for 1 week. Ring of Rose-colored glasses adds a pink hue to the user's vision and gives you advantage on fear save. Ring of the Manicure. Fingernails always look divine. Ring of Applause. When the user claps, it sounds like a full audience is clapping. Ring of 12 o'clock. Creates torchlight at noon and casts darkness at midnight. Ring of Bees. Can summon a bee once per day. Ring of Spiders. As an action, you can focus on the ring and see all spiders within 100 feet. Ring of Tree. A small arrow on the ring is always pointing to the closest tree. It's so fucking stupid. Ring of Steve. Advantage on any rolls against a creature named Steve. Ring of What Was That? If someone speaks an unknown language to you, you can roll an intelligence DC 15 save and get the gist. Ring of smoke. Every breath you breathe out looks like you're smoking. Ring of cloth. Heal an additional 1d4 when being healed. That was one of the good ones. There was a few really good rings in here. Ring of probing. Finger is immune to all damage. Just the finger, just the one finger that has the ring on. Ring of flat feet. Your movement is not hindered by snow or quicksand. Ring of hot fire. Any food ingested has a hint of hot sauce. Ring pop. Slowly grows candy over time. Makes your lips sticky. Ring of the handshake. If you shake someone's hand for the next hour, you have advantage on charisma checks against them. Ring of watch. Tells the time. Ring of quick cantrips. User can cast non-damaging cantrips as a bonus action. That's a pretty fucking good one. Ring of explode. When broken, will activate in 1d4 rounds and detonates as a fireball. Ring of branding. Unarmed strikes leaves a small branding of the player's choice. Boomerang. Any thrown object tries to return to the owner's hand. DC dexterity check must be made to actually catch the item. Ring of stealing. Breaks on use. Exchange the ring with any handheld item you can see within 100 feet. Silver cat ring. Halves falling damage. Ring of point. When activated, a small light will appear wherever the user is pointing. It's just a laser pointer. Ring of sacrifice. Straight from Dark Souls. When you drop to 0 HP, the ring shatters, putting you at 1 HP. Ring of photosynthesis. Once per day in full sunlight, user can heal 2d6 plus 2. Ring of the puzzle. Once per day, a DC intelligence check, or an intelligence check can be made. It will give you a random wondrous magic item. Breaks when solved. Ring. 2 rings. And the 2 users wearing the 2 rings can speak to each other at a range of 500 feet telepathically. Ring of the blade can shift into a long sword and back into a ring as an action. Ring of oops. On a failed attack, the user can smash the glass ring and reroll the attack. Ring of one eye. When one eye is closed, the user can see through the ring. I think those are the good ones. Here's a cursed one called Ring of Good Times. Wearer takes +1 damage anytime damage is dealt to them. Just an additional fuck you. Like, I like magic rings. Magic rings are fun. I also made a Wand of Chaos. It's like the Wand of Wonder, but instead of only like what is it, like 20 different effects or something, this one has 100 different effects. Give me a number 1 through 100 and I'll say, like, all right, everyone in chat, you guys get 1 cast of the Wand of Chaos. And tell me who you casted it. You don't have to tell me who you casted it. Cherry Tune. 72. You heal 1d12 plus 5 HP. Nice and simple. Nice and sweet. Shiv, 69, of course. The next spell or attack you make will deal double damage. Um, 87. Target and the user's gear switch, including the wand. Bryce got a 6. 6 is you cast Fairy Fire centered on yourself. 14. Grass around you grows. Grass grows around you in a 60-foot radius for 1 minute. That one, I think, is part of actual Wanna Wonder. Whose clothes are these? There's some bullshit ones in here, too. 57. Paralyzes the user and the target for 1 minute. Con 15 save. So basically, you just lock you and whoever you target it. 23, target skin turns blue for 1d10 days. 24 is user skin turns pink for 1d10 days. 99, cast blight on target. 1, wand shoots out the tiny pebble, deals 1 damage. Steals the wand back, casts a 32. Caster gives off bright light for 1 day. That'll be fun in the stealth mission. Yeah, like let's look through here. Anything that's Ooh, 5, cast haste on target. $22, the wand flashbangs everyone in a 30-foot radius. Constitution 15 save. To become not blind. Basically just blinded condition. One on 50. 50 is cast shield on the target for 1 round. Ooh, 48, maze is cast on the user. Wand remains. 42 is user's pants fall down. Idiot. 84, user vomits 1d 100 silver. Let's see, any fun ones? Summons a demon, 5 CR or lower. Caster's clothes fall off is 86. 88, user's hands fall off for 1 minute before they magically reattach. Ooh, 80. Feeble Mind is cast on the user. Intelligence save of a DC 15. You gotta make that save or you're fucked. 67 creates an exact copy of the target within 5 feet of it. I'm gonna use it on the big bad. Oh fuck, there's 2 of them. 60, gold on your possession is turned to lead. 59, gold on your person is double. 52, target and user switch locations. That's cool. I like that kind of stuff. What's like the shittiest one here? The maze one's pretty bad. Oh, if you roll 100, it casts Disintegrate on the target, but the wand breaks. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. Target is sent 1 minute into the future. You grow 1d10 inches. Odd number taller, even number shorter. Ooh. Your age changes 1d10 years. Odd roll older, even roll younger. Water within 30-foot radius turns to wine. It's time to have a party, chat. "43. Rod catches on fire and does not... has to be doused." That's fun. Summons 1d8 live chickens. That's cool. I wrote this. Why am I saying that's cool? I'm not allowed to say that. I also made a deck of minor things. Which it's like it's the deck of many things, but it doesn't break the fucking game. Like, okay, basically treat it as 1 to 20, and you can draw a card. Just basically you roll a 1d20, and that would be your draw from the deck of minor things. Does anyone want to draw a card? RJ, you drew the card Death. Roll max hit die. You take that much damage. If you hit 0 HP though, you are stable and not bleeding out. Shiv 6 and then 9. 6 is strength. You gain a magical weapon of your description and become proficient with it. This is pretty cool. It just basically gives you a weapon +1. 9 is the moon. Card turns into a djinn to bargain with for 1 wish. It's not a very strong genie though. I have that listed. It's okay. RJ's just at 0 and not bleeding out. He's stable. Someone heal RJ. There's another one. 17. 17 is Judgment. A villain that the character previously defeated will be gifted with a second chance at life. That's fun. 13. The Star. You cannot sleep for the next night of rest. You gain 1 level of exhaustion as a result. Simple. I'm just gonna read them all because I want to. High Priestess. Woman spirit appears and answers 3 questions truthfully to the best of her ability. This is like a ask the DM 3 questions thing. The Hermit, you gain +1 permanently to your lowest ability score if tied, player chooses. The Empress, roll a 1d20, you gain a pool of HP. You gain that pool of HP you can use similarly as lay on hands until it runs out. So like if you like, oh, I have 3 HP I can give out at any time. But once you use those 3, it's gone. Hanged Man, you gain a Crow Familiar. It does not respawn. Gain proficiency in Arcana while it is alive. Justice, you double the current amount of money on your person, including gems. Strength, you gain a magical weapon. That one we had. Magician, you learn the cantrip of DM's choice. Light is the default. I apparently needed to write that. Mechanical pool, not literal pool. Yeah, there's a puddle, and you gotta sip out of it with a straw. Hierophant, you learn Spare the Dying. If you already have it, gain proficiency in medicine. The Sun, gain the Lucky Feat for 1d10 days. If you have it, increase luck rolls by 1. Temperance, you can't drink alcohol anymore. It turns to water in your mouth. Damn. Death was the one we already had. Roll max hit die. Roll your max hit die. Take that much damage. If it brings you to 0 HP, you're stable and not bleeding out. Star we already had. Devil, you gain -1 to your lowest ability score permanently. If tied, you can choose which. The Tower, your speech becomes gibberish for 1d4 days. This cannot be cured, but you can still think clearly. The Fool, you gain a physical change, whether it be a third eye, tail, horns, or what DM decides, can be cured. Judgment was the previous villain, comes back to life. Lovers, your gear disappears for 1 day. It will return 24 hours after the card is drawn. Wheel of Fortune, you gain bad luck for the next 1d4 raise. Every roll is at disadvantage. For the next d4 days? Fuck, that sucks. Emperor, half of your wealth disappears. If you have no coin or gems on you, nothing happens. And there's my deck of minor things. Do I have anything else fun in here? Or should I get back to playing the Pokemon? Do you guys want to hear about the kingdoms in Orlan? Orlan's the name of the central landmass in my kingdom. I feel like I had a better write-up somewhere. Location, maybe? The adjective form of that landmass is? I have no idea. There's a city called Blackfane. Oh, I think Orlonian, maybe? I never thought about it, to be honest. Blackfane is a large hub of trade and commerce in the realm of Lithia. The city is built atop the Spire Mountains on the edge of the Far Reach mountain range. The upper platform of the city serves as a giant marketplace. Unique shops and various magical goods are common to find here. Exotic spices, foods, materials, items are sold here, and only the finest artisans are allowed to open shops on the merchant district of the city. Several inns, taverns, and brothels fill the upper ring ward. The central column of the mountain contains the emperor's family, the Nine Darks. When the allure of gold and wealth is high, the guard and city watch are vigilant, and punishment is often extremely severe within the emperor being in such close proximity. Crime remains low even with the large draw of the city. The base of the mountain is known as the lower ring ward and contains most of the housing for the citizens, merchants, and city guards. All stables and animals are usually kept here. A thick stone wall separates the base from the threat of the surrounding lands. A few farms and small townhouses dot the landscape around the lower ring. It's like a really thin spire-like mountain, and it's kind of like a like a big spiral staircase that's really shallow, not steep, or whatever kind of thing. I have a lot of notes. These aren't even like the beefy notes. These are just like I need to refer back to something that I haven't thought about in a long time, you know? I've got a list of like here's one town's notes. And these aren't like campaign, like if we're going to this town in like a session, I have like 10 pages of notes usually for like a session. So Moorfield, town between the Shard Coast and Spring Oak, lots of this is just for me to refer back to. This is not like adorable. Similar to the starting Witcher Village, that's for me. To the north of the Redworm Mountains, to the south, the Gilded River and Haverden Forest. Small logging encampment named Bronin is 2 hours to the north. In the town hall, there's a simple building guarded at all times, 2-story. Duke Gaelic Langley, tall human, built, red hair, pompous. Eugene Barsley, servant of the Duke, small gnome, portly, black-haired, timid. The inn, called the Lost Sheep, run by Nico Alden, gnome, short hair, friendly, wanted the party to find a deer trophy. Herbalist in town. The shop is named the Meadows Gather, run by Marigold Camden, blonde elf, hippie, messy, curly hair, gave a list to the party of exotic herbs. Tristan Camden, dead, bottom of the river, a 25 gold piece bracer is inscribed on their names on his wrist. There's the Braxton Farm, a simple farming family. Gail, Mona, Chuck, and Julia, all humans. Julia is healed thanks to the party. Well is restored of its normal water thanks to the hag previously led to a plague. Hag's hut, dilapidated shack, smells of sour cinnamon. Lots of knickknacks. Karashala is the name of the hag, has 3 eyes, 13 fingers, still missing Ruby the party has. That's fun. The Harpy, assistant, slow to speak, saved by the party. Bartholomew, talking skull, blue embers for eyes. I'm so sad when my players, they never took Bartholomew. I loved him. Gleamson family, small house, hunters, only Jorda still lives there, Everett and Johnny have died. Marbor Farm, Burke and Kevin, hollowed cursed land, Burke relocates the farm to a nearby land. Bronin is the logging camp to the north of Moorfield, saved by the party from Bloodletters, which is the name of my highwaymen faction. Bronin gave the older human, Emily Carper, elf, woman quiet, Asher Hook, gnome, scrappy. Hunter's Purse, general store run by Liam Sosa, Burt Manor, the Thorn family, Dale Yesna, Harley Sue, all dead by humans turned to ghouls. Gilded Port, Yarver Haven, heavy-set swashbuckler, 1 eye and 1 leg. Church of the Protector, priest John Daniels, human male bald big beard. Tavern the Thirsty Wench, run by Wallace Hornsby, half-elf brunette. Herbert Wattlesby, town drunk, stole money from the Thorn family, turned them to ghouls, is also a werewolf. That's an important note. Notable NPCs, Bilfa and Clint, guards. Bilfa has a soul patch, bald head. Gave info on Clint's disappearance. that's a small town that they might walk through. That's my, like, I need to go back and see what's Moorfield Steel. And take a skull from, exactly. Like, here's... Here's like... So this would be like my session 1. So I've got like intro narration stuff here. More narration. I usually bold names like that. Nico asked the surrounding party he'd bother the guard if they do anything besides sit on their arses lately. Disappearance and deserters have left town with only a handful of the crown's guard and nobles, and the duke of the town have them protecting their own sorry selves. Says if you'd be willing to help, the Duke Gaelic Langley, would be able to reward you and would be a good way to get in favor with the Duke. Blah, blah, blah. The reigning king, located in Spring Oak, not the same city, just so I remember, is named Redder Eldwood. A little bit of description and stuff on him. Some notes about this paragraph. Many of the King's Guard have deserted the military as of late. With lack of mercenaries, the Shard Coast is a hire. The king has put a reward for travelers and adventurers who can help the surrounding villages in time of need. So basically, the Duke is given like a stipend of money to give out to adventurers to help. Notable locations: Tavern, Alchemist, City Hall, Braxton Farm, Manor, all that stuff I basically mentioned before. Notice board. This is stuff that's written down on the board. Here's some side quests that they might encounter. Innkeeper and the Last Sheep. Nico Alden was previously robbed by another adventuring party who stayed in the inn last night. In addition to losing 12 silver pieces worth of treasure, a large buck head was mounted above the hearth was stolen by the previous adventuring party. He will offer them free stay at the inn and free food for 1 day if they can return the buck head. He will give clear directions to the north of town and the outskirts near Redworm Mountains, and will offer as a reward when they return it. He will only ask if they prove themselves to be decent people. He is a broken antler used for tracking purposes. Rewards are a wand of tracking, 1 used per day, cast locate object. That's the thing. So here's a reward, and they can get a simple magical item. 12 silver if they don't return it. The Sick Braxton, a small farm, vegetables, wheat, cotton, fruit trees. Jeez. Near the center of town houses the Braxton family and Julia. Their 8-year-old daughter has fallen ill. The only thing of note that can be found is she drank from the well. The cure for her illness is some simple mushrooms found in a cave around the outskirts of town. Within the cavern, they will find full of goblins and wild dogs. Whistlecap mushrooms. Their stems resemble that of a flute, and they are white with a brown rimmed cap. They learn of the sick child from chatter. If they visit the alchemist's shop, Mona will report about noises in the cellar, which upon investigating, the weakened wall will reveal a cave under the well, where the Thorn family is resting as ghouls. Reward 2 gold, 10 from the Duke, 20 from the Duke if they refuse. Here's more side quests. Enemies they might encounter. I just have AC, HP, speed, base stats for shit I need to care about. Any special things they can do: disengage, hide, and then their attacks. And I usually do that for each little stat. Loot. What the alchemist has in shop, what the hag has in shop. Any specific notes I need to remember. Usually the end here, I'd write after the session of things. They found a magic book with a djinn named Maestro Vanderlei, which is a Seinfeld joke. Also, thank you, Paul Scott. I'm sorry I missed you. I love D&D. Here, you want to see like, okay, did you guys watched the berry sessions, right? Here's like what I did for the berry session. Quick little descriptor. This was supposed to be like a one-off kind of thing. Bartenders' names, drink options, food options. Look at the drink options: ale, coffee, tea, moonshine, some red wine, some juice. It's cran grape. Very important note here. Food options: sandwich, salad, eggs, stew, and fresh scones we just made. I like writing this kind of stuff down because whenever someone's like, hey, what kind of food we have? I never can think of like basic ass shit like that. Other patrons. Just plot stuff. Oh, so in this one, there was a dungeon, and usually what I will do is if I have like I'll have like my maps made in Illwinter, which was just a program I used because it was easy. But I would usually do like a crude sketch and then label the rooms. So like, you walk in room A, here's what I read. As you arrive in the Lost Isle, a massive stone building rises between the surrounding trees. A massive stone doorway rests at the edge of the beach. The building looks abandoned with vines and plants growing from small cracks in the stone bricks. A massive tree rising out of one of the section of the building. As the ship slows and approaches the shore, you see a small rowboat is already pulled up to the shore, and you just make out 6 or so figures dart off into the bushes and the nearby rocks. One figure stands by the door, longsword in hand. Oi, we got here first, so piss off. This here's our bounty. And there's a little encounter. And I started doing that too, of like, here's a fight. And here's the enemies they will fight. If killed and looted, there's 23 gold pieces amongst them all. An advanced thieves toolkit on them. They never looted that. 2 vials of base healing potions that heal for that. So yeah, and this is be like, a small hallway leads into a rectangular room. 7 cages are smattered amongst the rooms, a few of them housing skeletons of different sized animals. 3 of them are broken open. To the left is a wall with a heavy iron door near the ceiling cracked open, blah, 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 blah. Any checks that they might make and the resulting information. Encounter. Oh, this was a, I think they had a chance of finding a bunch of potions, and this is what they each made. They rolled for it, and I think they got random potions. 13 to 14, it's just booze. I want to see the, a small room as you enter the floor gives slightly, and a large ceramic disc breaks into several pieces. The floor has markings that seem to have the same size as the completed disc. The doors seal behind you, and small vents in the side of the wall open. Start timer for 2 minutes. Doors open upon completion. Every 30 seconds, they take 3d6 poison damage. That was the infamous Got 'em puzzle. Encounter the pile. A large room has an open rectangular pit in the center of the room. Several corpses and bodies are stacked in the corners of the room. Stains of blood are covering the floor. The room smells of death. Looking inside the pit, there's actually a bottom to it, 15 feet down. It's just bodies. Disturbing the bodies results in the pile waking up. And here's the pile's stats. I loved this shit. The key room counter. A large room greets you. Torches are lit on the walls, and the sound of music can be faintly heard. The sound seems to be sourceless. In front of you rests a small end table with a bowl full of 6 keys. Behind the table, a large lion-esque monster statue rests, its arms crossed and folded over each other. To the sides are 2 large tables full of food for a feast. A feast, perhaps years ago, the food is rotted away and only the memory of a feast remains. 4 columns are adorned with small gargoyle-like statues, as well as 4 armored knights resting against the back and side walls. Finally, 2 large bookcases are at the side of the room. Books are all titleless and blank. The keys are book fork, sword, fang, key, and eye. The back of the room is a metal plate attached to the back wall with a singular keyhole. Choose the form of your destructor. And whatever key they chose was the encounter they did. I like kind of doing this shit because there's a lot of times I want to use multiple monsters, but I never know what to choose. So the chair. Wait, what was it? Book thing. Oh, so if they did the book, it made 2 large paper dragons. They're large size, not like actually massive dragons or anything like that. But basically all the books came off and the paper formed into these like origami dragons. I think they fought the food golems. The fork was the food golems. The I think the key, I don't remember. The chair and table turned into mimics as well. Gargoyles were a thing, the 4 armored knights were a thing, and the manticore was a thing. I think the manticore was the fang. Sword was the knight. Gargoyle was the eye. Yeah, okay. Faction versus faction. Puppet Berry's stats. There they are. AC 10, HP 40, speed 20, immune to poison, cold, and psychic. A +2 hit wooden dagger. Deals 1d4 plus 1 damage. He can cast confusion and dominate person. Force dab. Once per round. Target within 30 feet. Wisdom saving throw. Take 2d6 psychic damage, stunned until next turn. And he makes him dab. There's the Hank Knight, Bubbles, Nat, and the Housekeeper. And that was the whole. I like D&D, man. I want to run D&D again. Damn. That's funny. You just thought they'd choose the wrong one. No, they picked their. They chose the form of their destructor. My controller's turned off. That's how I know it's time for. Can you imagine if there was a shiny, one of these was a shiny, and all this time I'd just been sitting on it? The next campaign I want to write is either going to be a one-off Zelda game, which I think I might do on stream if I do it. I really want to continue a sci-fi one, kind of very similar to like Firefly vibes, but with aliens and shit. I just like the idea of like having a spaceship and doing shit. And then I obviously love fantasy shit. I'm in such a better mood after talking about D&D. I've sufficiently distracted myself from the bad mood. I feel like I'm a good DM. I feel like I can do a good DM. There's definitely a lot I still need to learn, and I'm still not great at like on the fly shit as well. But I love thinking of cool ideas. You haven't watched the bear stuff? That's totally fine. I think we only did 2, three episodes of it before we scrapped it. It was pretty fun. I think we did 3 episodes because the first one was supposed to be a self-contained thing, and then everyone was like, hey, we want to keep playing. So I continued into a new plot. I think I'm just so terrified to like ask people if they want to play in my campaign again, you know? I don't want someone to say no. No, Dan, you never finish a campaign. And I'll be like, you're right. You're right, though. Yeah, I think the first session was February. There's like people who finish their D&D campaigns are psychopaths are getting paid. I would love to be like a professional DM. I have no idea how to even like start doing something like that. Okay, real talk. One of the things that I always fucking... Okay, I gotta show you guys. I gotta show you guys my D&D realm, okay? So this is Orlon. And this is like the main, the central landmass. I added a lot to it, like other landmasses down the road, but this is the first one I have. So like Moorfield, you can see that's like, you can't see my mouse, that's right. So like, you might be like, hey, what's this Northcliffe place with all these lights going to it? Those are basically high-speed train rails, powered by magic crystals, basically. It was a high-tech city. They basically found a way to enchant. There was a type of crystal that would absorb magic, and they found out a way of basically, if you arranged it like a circuit, you could trigger magical-like abilities at certain moments, and basically they figured out how to create like mini computers and stuff with simple magical spells. So it was like the tech hub of the universe. Like nothing else was like it, you know, kind of thing. And each of the places it docked at, Ricefall was like the main farming import for them of like fresh produce and everything like that. Yeah, it is Redstone basically. And so Magic Silicon Valley. Yeah. So there were these types of crystals that they were a thing in my game, and depending on the hue of the crystal, that's kind of the properties it gave. A lot of it was rare, but the main crystal you would encounter was this like rich purple. It was just called Void Crystal, just nice and simple. And basically, in its presence, it nullifies magic. So if like you were in a cave of Void Crystal, you could not cast magic. And there were people who actually fashioned trinkets out of it. It was a very hard thing to harvest because when you harvest, it would lose like its charge. Think like Energon from Beast Wars, if you know what I'm saying there. If you broke the crystal, it loses any magical properties, basically. So you had to have like very advanced materials to harvest it. So if there was like essentially I can't think of the like magic resistance items, spell failure chance things. I always liked that, but they were very rare, very powerful items. So like you could have a necklace of Void Crystal. So on one side, you like people would have to roll percentage to see if they could even like heal you and stuff like that. But you also could like, you know, get missed by fireballs and shit like that. Or if someone tried to cast like magic missile on you, there was a chance you could fail. And so they found a version of Void Crystal that was like corrupted for some reason, and it would absorb magic. Like it would hold it. And that was what basically founded Northcliff. There was green Void Crystal, which fluctuated gravity. Northcliff was a floating city. It was built on this massive chunk of earth that had veins of green Void Crystal. And most green Void Crystal was centralized around Northcliff in that area. There were like big chains holding the city down, kind of like a giant Colossus-esque shit, you know? I love that. So I was like, gotta have a floating city. Like fucking Chrono Trigger Zeal. You guys know I like floating cities. There was blue, which I don't think there's like one or two places that I ever had it mentioned, but it fluctuated time. And then there was red, which was a planar disturbance. And basically, if you fucked with red Void Crystal, you would just get plane shift. Like, and maybe not all of you, like, so it was not a thing. It was a very dangerous substance that I don't think they ever encountered. And I was going to add a few others to it as well, but I never got around to it. But yeah, I fucking love D&D. Here's the Shard Coast at the top. It's kind of like a dragon's mouth on the top right. That was my like pirates haven kind of thing. It wasn't ruled by any of the main kingdoms, so there was no like Crown's Guard or anything there. Oh, but anyways, the reason I brought up this map is this city up here, Ravenwire. I mentioned it earlier that it was like shit happened to it. Everyone in that town is dead. But they're all undead, but they're still fully conscious. But it's like you go to the place, there's no like fires. All the buildings are like iced, frigid temperatures. It looks like totally run down because the people are like hundreds of years old, but they're all like, you know, humans and stuff like that. And whatever age they were, basically, when they were corrupted, they stayed. So there's like babies walking around that are like hundreds of years old, and like I wanted the whole place to just be like this eerie, like the first time they walk through and they notice there's no like lights, there's no fires, there's no shops or cells or like food or anything, and like the one thing they catch is like a toddler like eating a rabbit, and their face is just like covered in blood because they're all undead, so they only feast off like flesh and shit. And I was like, I always had that imagery, and I'm like, I wanna make this place so creepy. Anywho, none of my parties ever went to Ravenwire though, so I never got to play with it. The thing was though, because they were still like aware enough of themselves, they've just been kind of lost because they're husks, you know? They could become allies. Anyways, let's go back to Pandora's box. If anyone has any questions, feel free. Because I'm in the mood to share anything. Anything. I'm just playing the biggest game of distraction. I just want to keep talking. Imagine spending hundreds of years to slowly decide you don't care about putting on real pants and then someone actually turning up for once. Exactly. There's probably like naked people walking, naked undead dudes. Like people probably don't even small talk anymore because like there's not enough fucking small talk. We live in a shitty, frigid waste. They're numb. Mentally and literally physically. Did I do that map in Incarnate? No, I drew that one. I've never used like a map software or stuff like that. I've heard good things. Yeah, usually like battle maps and stuff, I'll do like a program for just because I ain't got that much. I don't have that much time. But if it's like a big world map that I want to use for a long time, I'm gonna make that. I remember I started making city maps for some of the bigger cities, but never finished any of them. What was my opinion on the Yakuza game you played? I was enjoying it a lot. I just fell off of it. I don't know. Too many games. I would like to revisit it again. Because it was like nothing was bad. I think I just something came out and I was like, I'll get back to this, and I never did. N64 music. It gets me. Man, I was so happy that they, like, I know people are gonna bitch and moan about Switch Online charging more just for that, but that's what I want. Like, I don't care if I need to pay extra. I just want a way to play my games that's not a fucking headache, you know? Would I be happier if they were just like, here's a virtual console and you just buy the software again? Yeah. But I've been pretty happy with the NES and SNES catalog and its online capabilities, even though it was rocky when it started. Literally every time I've used it, it's been great. Ooh, they're not gonna add Mario Party, are they? I was just thinking, what if they put Mario Party? But now that a new Mario Party is coming out, no way they're gonna put Mario Party on the N64 catalog. Maybe. If they do, Mario Party 2. Best Mario Party. If you get the choice to choose one N64 game that wasn't announced for either the first lineup or the upcoming lineup, what would it be? You know what would be absolutely amazing? You don't know what the actual lineup is? Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Sin and Punishment, Win Back, Mario Tennis, and Mario 64. Dr. Mario 64, excuse me. And upcoming is Banjo-Kazooie, Pokemon Snap, Majora's Mask, Kirby 64, Mario Golf, Paper Mario, and F-Zero X. I think it would be, if they could get the online to work, it'd be pretty cool seeing original Smash Bros. With online. Pokemon Puzzle? I've never actually played. You keep falling asleep playing Potion Craft? Get some sleep, Shiv. I should probably do that at some point. It is almost 6 a.m. And I'm streaming in a few hours. I felt bad today that I slept in. Even though literally I'm the only one determining my schedule. Wow. Gonna lurk. See you, Queen. Have a good lurk. Yeah, I'm excited for the Sega, the lineup. That was a console I only got to play the Genesis lineup. My buddy had it. My buddy. I'm excited for $50 controllers. Yes. I'm buying that N64 controller. I don't give a shit. I love the N64 controller. Especially if I can get it working Bluetooth with my controller. Then I can do randomizers with like a nice quality N64 controller. Analog stick makes you sad. Honestly, I loved it. I liked that it had like ridged sections like the GameCube controller too. I liked that. The Genesis controller I always hated though. That's one I'm not gonna pick up. Yeah, I think N64 is the only like one of those controllers I would buy. Just because I like the feel of N64. It's because it was my favorite console. It was my console I bought with my own money. Yeah, you can just use Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons if you don't want to buy it. Just there as a compliment to the people who want it. Yo, new Kirby? I love Kirby. I am not a big Kirby fan in terms of Kirby games. They're a nice, welcome, comfy game to play, but I rarely want that. 3D Kirby for the first time. Very excited for that. I've been waiting for something new to happen with Kirby since Kirby. Oh, for connecting to the PC. Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm amazed. Like, think of how much fun some of the powers can be in 3D, or what they can play with there. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Because even if it is still like comfy, easy Kirby vibes, it's something new. And I know Kirby has like gimmicks with a lot of his games. Like 2D to 3D is a big fucking change. I honestly, I know Metroid Dread showed too much. I'm happy they showed the fucking boss that I got spoiled because of Twitter. Just because I know I would have watched this regardless, you know, and been spoiled. I was like, okay, I've seen it twice. I wouldn't have dodged both. not happy, but at least it's like, okay, this would have happened regardless. Not just like a Twitter mistake. But I'm so excited for that. Maybe I'll start a Metroid tomorrow. I think I really want to play Castlevania. Just in a Castlevania mood lately. ActRaiser came out today too, didn't it? Fuck. Maybe I'll start ActRaiser. That's a game I've always wanted to try. Yeah, we took a pause on the Electrode. I think with this stream chat, this might be the longest thing I've streamed. Like, number of times I've streamed it, you know? Probably, actually, I don't know about hours. It's probably getting close. But this will be the 24th Pokemon Shiny Hunt VOD. Yeah, we did this for the Sandshrew, and it went pretty quick. I just was like, I want something. I need a different scene, even though it really doesn't matter. I felt so defeated by that Electrode. We're still gonna go back and get him because I'm not gonna have 12,000 resets be unaccounted for. Big booty question. Should I get a capture card for DS or should I emulate? Depends how much stuff you want to play. Is it ever going to be an instance of you want something to be legit? And then I would also research quality of whatever you want to play, because some games just don't emulate well. I am a fan of emulating games for sake of ease, but I also will always support the product first. So if I don't own a game, I typically will not emulate it. Unless it is like a extremely rare, extremely expensive title. There is something nice playing on original hardware. Chibi Robo is expensive. I've heard so. Remember when Earthbound wasn't on Virtual Console? And you just couldn't play it? That's like the best feature about the Wii U. Just buying old games. Honestly, I think it's still, like, even okay if you're like, I don't know if I want to buy this game, and kind of dip your toes to see if it's worth your time and money. I'm fine with that. Like, I can get behind that. Because games are expensive, but I'm also a kind of person of, like, I will buy a thing, and if I don't like it, lesson learned, you know? I hate returning shit. And I never spend what I don't have, you know? Except for college. Student loans. That were forced on me because you have to go to college. That's just how the world works. Everyone goes to college. Weird how it seems like you have to go to college when it's shoved down your throat your entire life. And then you're like, oh, I didn't need to do that and go into debt until probably my 40s? Weird. Ooh. Was that a bop I hear? Oh. Yeah, it's probably past my 40s, to be honest. I fear for myself if I hit 40 and I'm like in a similar state that I am now. You know? I can only hope things get better. You never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Yeah, that's a pretty good viewpoint, Ether. I got 7 years to get my shit in gear. It is weird thinking of like me 7 years ago. I hadn't moved to Austin yet. I was probably living with my buddy. And that was probably like me starting to get frustrated with freelancing. Or just getting burnt out on freelancing. I'm kind of thinking I want to go back to it. I just really got to get myself to do shit. It's hard. It's hard convincing yourself to like care when like, you know, just picking like clothes up off the floor or like washing a dish is already feels like a monumental task, and I know it's not, but brain don't want. Like some part of me is like afraid that I'm like just self-sabotaging just so someone will be like, Dan, are you okay? Haven't left your bed. I was in this chair and then the couch, and that's about it today. Because I reheated my dinner from last night because I actually cooked stuff last night. I'll cook stuff probably tomorrow night because I got one more of my HelloFresh meals, which I think is like I think it might be like a similar kind of stir-fry-esque thing with a rice bowl. I like the rice bowl stuff because it's easy. Keeps well too. For leftovers. You know what I didn't do? I don't think I've set my meals for the next like 2 weeks. Because usually if like I'll pick the meals and be like, none of these are jumping out at me, you know? So I'll just be like, skip this week. But if at least 2 of them I'm excited for, I'll do it. Because I know if I'm not excited for them, I'm just gonna waste that food. I don't want to cook. If it's like, here's the shit you don't want, it's like, I know it would probably be fun to cook it, but I don't want to. I'm tipped up. Would you like your teeny? I'm feeling good about this one. I feel like something in my bones says there's a Genies happening right now. My bones slide. Made pumpkin soup yesterday. It was the first time I cooked something in a week. How was it? Shit. What a minute. The previous song was Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah. I've decided I'm okay with Diddy Kong Racing music because it do slap. It was surprisingly good. If you had told me that the garlic and cinnamon could go well together, I would not believe you. Ooh. I don't think I've ever had a pumpkin soup before. Sounds nice though. I would like to start the pandemic over, please, and be one of those people like, look at what they accomplished in the pandemic. Wow, look at what a great person. Let's all look at the things they did and not pay attention to the fact we were just trying to stay sane. It's weird thinking of like, oh, it's the pandemic's in the past. And it's like, no, it's not. Everything still sucks. There's no fucking light at the end of the tunnel right now. Because everything still sucks. Now is the hour of repent. Gone are the days of yore. Repent, and thou shalt be saved. You know what always makes me sad? When I see like one of those Reddit threads and they're like, if someone just gave you $10 million, what's the first thing you'd do? And there's always someone who'd just be like, I'd just take a nap. And it's like, that is the most relatable shit of like, I would just try to relax and not be worried about just surviving. Yeah, I'd pay off my debts. I'd figure out a way to like anonymously give it to certain family members and certain friends, maybe even years later. I put most of it away for the time being, Get so many bit emotes. And then I'd not worry about living. That's it. That's what I would do. I don't think I'd be happier. I'd just be less stressed. Maybe get a gas stove. That'd be nice. Yeah. I feel like I'd like to do like even if I was suddenly like didn't need to ever have a job again. I think I'd try to get like a part-time as like a barista or something like that. You know, just something so I'm talking to people. Doing something. Just, you know, being a productive member of society in some way. I don't know. Because I don't have value if I'm not working. I think that's my problem right now is I'm not working. I'm streaming and I'm sleeping. Those are the two things I'm doing. And work that I keep telling myself I'm gonna get caught up on, and I don't. Yeah, honestly, maybe next week even, I might just be like, we're only doing these days. I say that I'm fucking streaming right now. After already streaming today. There it is again, that funny feeling. I'm gonna do 3 more resets, then we're going to bed. I'm gonna read a manga. I should go check the mail because I think Onsta bought me Kit Kats. I can't do it, Yoshi. It's too like he's got too high pitched. He's got too much energy. Yoshi. I got nothing. Oh yeah, we didn't get a Yoshi. I wonder if Yoshi's gonna be in the movie. I should apply to be Yoshi? Hell yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine if one of the fucking Mario castmates is Jay Baruchel? Like, imagine if fucking Toad got cast as like Jay Baruchel, and then I could be like, I can do Toad voice. After seeing all the talk today about like the Chris Pratt stuff, and just thinking of Danny DeVito as Mario, that would have been something great. Chris Pratt is Mario, yes. All the other casting I was a super fan of, but I don't think anyone likes Chris Pratt being Mario. Yeah, Jack Black as Bowser is fucking amazing. Like, it's so funny watching everyone's reaction because, like, everyone's mad about Chris Pratt, and then everyone's like, okay, with Peach, I can't remember her name. They see Charlie Day as Luigi, and everyone loses it, and they're like, this is amazing. And then gets to Jack Black as Bowser, and everyone goes, oh my god. Like, what? It's just like, what timeline are we in? Just get Dratini. Alright, here's our last check for tonight. Damn. Yeah, there's some horse shit with Chris Pratt that's come up in recent years. Definitely a bummer. I enjoyed him a lot, and like, even that horse shit aside, like, it's still just wild as casting. Even more disappointing that he's a piece of shit. Yeah, he's like, donates a lot to troublesome organizations. Troublesome. The upcoming prequel to the Mad Max Fury Road. Oh. She's from Queen's Gambit. That's where, like, everyone knows her from, right? We've decided to add Kirby to the Mario movie. Played by Weird Al. What if they did something like real weird, like you know, like Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu or some shit like that? Anywho, have a good start to your day. Or end to your day, whatever. Live action Kirby movie. Just a naked dude. with shoes. Run around sucking people. Yeah, I think live action Kirby would be pretty bad. I'll see you guys in a few hours. I might just sleep in a little bit because Tom and I's race isn't until 4. And normally I start stream at 12, so I've got some time to figure out what I'm gonna do there. It might be Castlevania. I might start Castlevania Ariana of Sorrow. Or ActRaiser. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I feel. If I'm tired, I'll just post like, "Hey, I'm sleeping a little bit." But if I wake up like super energized, I'll just stream. Ariana Grande. I'm sorry. Good. RJ. You're good. Yo, Boneless Yogurt followed me an hour ago. Thank you. I'm a good streamer. I promise. Boy, I have so little energy right now. Boy, what a fucking stream, huh? Go to sleep? No. I have to go through these songs and find funny farts. Wait.
I work hard for the money.
That was loud. Okay, hang on. I gotta go to Streamlabs. I saw there was a donation. I really fucking did fart sound effects for the past like 10 minutes, huh? Dan's bed donated $5. Hey Dan, miss you, bud. Shit. My bed figured out how to donate. Okay, real quick though.